What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Crystal
Yeah, Mo.
Podcast, episode 119, Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good Monday afternoon, whether you're at home, you're at work, whatever you're doing. Hope you're having a good day.
hmm
Maul, what's going on, man? How you doing, man?
No, I feel good, bro. Nice, beautiful Monday outside. Enjoying it, man. Enjoying the day off before heading back to work, man. So, how are you feeling? How was your weekend?
It was good, man. I can't complain. How was yours, man? How was the trip?
Oh man, LA was beautiful, man. Enjoyed it, relaxed, did some self reflection. Enjoyed the Laker game. Was a great game, great win. The environment and the vibe out there, especially with the Dodgers playing, man. You can sense the Dodger jerseys everywhere, man. And then it was a dope feel. They showed the home run, the Grand Slam home run on Friday inside of Staples, man. Everybody cheering, man. So the vibe was hella dope. LA is beautiful, man. It's cool. How was your weekend, man? You had a busy sports weekend. How was yours, bro?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It was good. UNLV game was good. Chiefs game was good, man. It was a good weekend, man. Good weekend. Wish the UNLV outcome was better, but we'll get into that in a minute.
I heard the crowd was crazy. I heard they
Yeah, we broke a record. They broke a
broke the
record.
record. They finally added the top layer. People were able to sit up there too, man. That was dope. How many people they said were officially there?
Like a little bit over 42,000 and something.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
42.
Shout out to UNLV, man. Shout out to the program, and hopefully it's just bigger, better things to come.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, man. Let's talk about the college games that happened this past week.
Yeah.
Cue this up real quick. All right, man. So we got had a few games this week, man. So of course Friday we had our game, Boise State versus UNLV. Like I told y'all, I was at that game. The atmosphere was great, man. Shout out to my guy Rob. I went with him.
hmm
It was crazy out there, man, and the crowd was into it. All the UNLV fans that showed out, they were into it. The crowd was hyped up, man. Um, as far as the game goes, were there some questionable calls? Yes, there were. There were some calls in there that kind of screwed us over. The holding penalty, when we had got to stop, it was like a 3rd and 7. We had got to stop. They called that holding penalty, which gave them a first down. Um, the unnecessary roughness call on the offensive lineman, after he had got punched in the back of his head, it should have been 2 fouls and
Yeah.
offsetting penalties, but that set us back. Um, and then there was some missed opportunities. Some of the play calling, it was kind of questionable too. I didn't like that. You know, you see Haj Malik they was blitzing like hell. Like every snap, damn near they was blitzing him like hell. Like as soon as he gets the ball, there's defenders in his face,
hmm
and they should have did more screens, a little bit more, stuff like that, stuff in the flat areas. I
hmm
know D Jesus got hurt in the game, so that took away a little bit of the speed element that we had. But I just felt like you could have got some more stuff to Ricky White in the flats or in the screen game, more stuff to Cade. I just felt like it could have been a little bit more from as far as the offensive standpoint. Defensively, um, they're genty, like we said before. They are genty, and that's what their offense is based on, is rightfully so. He's their best player, but they killed us back to back times, especially on that final drive. Their final play that they scored and got ahead on play action pass, and it was like you just saw it.
hmm
They faked it to Genty, and there's a wide open tight end, or I think it's number 17. He's wide open, streaking down the middle of the field. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to dump on Jackson Woodard, but there was a few times he got caught, looking in the backfield and
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
caught, and the tight end or the receiver would slip out in the middle of the field and be wide open. So that's how they was getting us. Genty really, I know the stat sheet says that he has 102 yards and all that stuff, but he wasn't really doing anything. Like, he only had 3.9 yards a carry. That's why he's dropped in the Heisman vote. Like, he's number 3 right now. If you're betting, he's not even top. He was number 1 last week, so he's not even top. He's not even top 2 now. So, and like I said, he only had 3.9 yards a carry. He was not really like gashing us like these other teams.
How do you look in person? How do you look in person though to you? Like
don't get my words twisted.
No, I'm not. I'm just curious to see how he looked in person because
No, he's everything that you advertise. Like, there were a few times, it was just, I put it to you like this: the defense was just good of not allowing him to break out. Like, there were a few runs where he could have went outside and bounced it out, and if the one defender didn't catch him by the ankle, he's taking it to the house.
Yeah.
So he's everything advertised. It just, what I'm saying, it just did. He just couldn't break it out. And good job on the defense for making that happen. So, but yeah, it was just a few plays here and there. Like I said, a couple questionable calls, but other than that, shout out to UNLV. They played a pretty good game, and they were in there to the end. And it's just Boise State. Just they got us at the end. So.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to sit here and act like I did get a chance to watch the game. I was at the Laker game, but I was able to catch some highlights and stuff like that. And we all know UNLV, they don't have great individual talent, but I think the defense as a whole, as they play as a team, I think they're a really good defense, you know what I mean, for what it's worth. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Like, it sucks that we couldn't pull this out. You know what I mean? I thought if we won this game, we had the opportunity to potentially maybe get ranked again, depending on how the game went. But it comes with the breaks, you know what I mean? This just, a learning experience for this squad, and hopefully they can take that into next year. I know there's going to be some kind of turnaround with everything, but hopefully with the hype and everything, they can finish this season out strong and, add more recruits and just take this team to the next level, man. So still proud of those boys, still proud of those guys, participating on that field, man. And, just keep thriving, man. You still got a lot more to play for in this year. So
also, pass rush was not good in this game.
Yeah,
we were not getting to their quarterback whatsoever. And Barry Odom burning those 2 timeouts in the third quarter really hurt you. It really hurt you. Yeah. So you could have used those timeouts the later part of the game when we really needed. You only had 1 timeout left, and once they ran for that first down, it was over. So that was another thing. So
yeah.
But hey, like I said, shout out to UNLV, man. They were right there at the end, and hey, man, it was a good game. It was a good atmosphere. Shout out to everybody who showed out to UNLV.
No doubt, yeah.
Let's go. Of course, Oregon, they beat Illinois 38-9. Penn State beats Wisconsin 28-13. Ohio State, they were in a back and forth. I did catch a little bit of this game, Ohio State and Nebraska. Nebraska was right there at the end. It was a crazy call where the number 4 for Nebraska caught the ball sliding. The defender comes across. He kind of he hit him with his forearm, but it was more so bracing. They called on they threw a flag on that for targeting because he did fumble the football. They called targeting on that. They reviewed it to see if it was intent. I don't think it was intent, but they called it intent. And they end up calling targeting and kicking the dude out of the game, and he's probably gonna have to miss I think the first half or the first quarter of the Penn State game, which that sucks. But I think Dylan Raiola, he threw an interception, and Ohio State ended up winning the game.
Sure.
Texas beats Vanderbilt 27-24. That was a back and forth, and I saw Cooper Manning even said this game shouldn't have been this close, but I don't know if Texas is still willing from last week's loss, but they're gonna have to get out their heads because they got harder competition coming up. Miami beats Florida State 36-14. What's the name looked good in that game. Cam Ward, he looked good in that game. He's stacking on being a Heisman candidate and being a top lottery pick in the draft this year. If he's not the number 1 quarterback, he's number 2 for sure. And he's balling, man. And Miami looks good, man. They look like they're gonna, them and Clemson for the ACC championship for sure.
Miami looks. I would honestly have to say Miami's probably been the most consistent team. I know they had a couple games, the Cal game and stuff like that, where it looked like it was slipping out of our hands. But as far as just consistency, I would say Miami's been probably the most consistent team. I think Cam Ward's probably been the most consistent player.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's probably back to being the number one after the whole Genty thing. But
yeah, for sure. LSU loses to Texas A&M and messes up my damn ticket. They had the lead.
It's always that one.
Oh, they had the lead going into the fourth quarter, and then they just went to shit. They just Texas A&M. They threw it. I think the Noose threw a pick, and it was just all downhill from there. It was bad. Mm-hmm. Texas A&M took over. Am I surprised Texas A&M won? No, because they're hard to beat in this stadium. Texas Station, they are very hard. So. Shout out to Texas A&M, man. They showed up. That Connor, I forgot his last name, but the quarterback for Texas A&M, he's really good.
Yeah, man. Texas A&M, man. Another scary team to look out for.
Mm-hmm. BYU beat Central Florida 37-24. Notre Dame demolished Navy 51-14. Hey, I just want to give a public apology to my man Vince. I told Nevada was going to be a good pick.
Oh, Navy? You told him Navy or Nevada?
I told him Navy.
He ain't listening to you no more.
No, he's not.
He's not listening no more.
But shout out to Marcus Freeman. He got these boys playing, man. Notre Dame, ever since the Northern Illinois game, they have been balling. They've been smoking teams too. So
I love that running back they have, man. He's a big running back.
Yeah. Indiana beat Washington 31-17. Indiana's another team that everybody's got to watch out for.
Yep.
They're coming. They are coming. So
they play Penn State and Ohio State this year, or just Penn State?
I think they play them both.
I think
they play Ohio State. I think they play Ohio State in a couple weeks.
I think they play Penn State too. I
think. Alabama destroyed my Tigers 34-0. No Brady Cook, but that's no excuse. Where's the heart? Where's the drive? Nothing.
How many more games do we see Luther Burden before he gets ready for the draft?
I don't know.
Yeah, I get what, 3 more games? 2
more losses, and it might be time to shut it down, Luther. And I don't blame you. K-State pulls out a tight one with Kansas, 29-27. Ole Miss beats Oklahoma 26-14. SMU pulls one out 28-27 over Duke. Hold on. Then you had USC beats Rutgers 42-20. Where's it at? And then you had Colorado. Where is it at? Colorado beat Cincinnati 34-23. Colorado, man. Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
They're ranked number 25 now. Everybody thought this team wasn't going to win that many games, and here they are, ranked.
If they win out, man, they're going to have a shot to make that 12-team playoff.
I agree, because, man, Shador looked good. Travis, he looks like he's back healthy and looking good. Jimmy Horn, he's doing what he does. And that defense is playing really good too, man. And Cincinnati ain't no slouches. They can score with a lot of people. So for them to do that to that team, and then they got Texas Tech coming up too. If they beat Texas Tech, man, then I might have to pick Colorado to might win this conference.
Yeah, because I think it would have to be Colorado versus Iowa State, I would assume, for the Big 12 championship. I know we're probably going to talk about it a little bit later with Deion and everything, but if you're one of these other schools that had the opportunity to get Deion Sanders, you had to look at the whole package you were getting. You could have got Deion plus the recruiting, plus Shador, plus Travis. You would be if you add that combination to any of those SEC teams, you're looking at a national championship contender right there. So, you know what I mean? It just, shows you that, Deion was overlooked.
Yeah,
Shout out to
man,
college.
and yeah, for sure, man, and yeah, man. All right, let's talk about the college top 12 rankings. Then
So, you want to go first or you want me?
you go ahead.
All right, number one, I got Oregon. I'm gonna keep them at number one the way they looked over the weekend. Number two, I got Penn State. I kept them at number two. I know Georgia didn't play this week, so I kept them at three. I got four, Ohio State. Number five, I have the Miami Hurricanes. Number six, I have Texas A&M. I jumped them all the way up. They've been looking really impressive the way they dominated LSU and a couple of these other top-notch teams. Man, they look really good. Number seven, I got Texas. Number eight, I have Notre Dame. Number nine, I got Iowa State. Number 10, I have Indiana. Number 11, I have Clemson. And number 12, I have BYU. And my last four out, I have Boise State, LSU, Bama, and Pitt for right now.
For sure. So number one, I got Oregon, of course. Number two, I got Penn State too. Number three, I dropped Georgia down to three. Number four, I got Miami. Number five, I got Notre Dame. I don't like the way Texas looked this week. I know Vanderbilt is a really good school and they've been playing good this year, but Texas, come on, man. It looked like last week really affected y'all. Yeah. I'm going Texas A&M second because they look like they're a force to be reckoned with. So I'm gonna go with them number six. I'm gonna go with Clemson number seven. I'm gonna go with Iowa or Indiana number eight. I'll go LSU number nine. I'll go Texas number 10. And then I'll go BYU and Iowa State.
Okay, for sure.
So yeah, that's my top 12. Cool. All right, man. That does it for college football. That does it for. All right, man. Let's talk about it, man. Yeah, your Lakers are 3-0, man.
Yes, sir. They are, man. They looking beautiful out there.
So is the Celtics. They're 3-0 too.
Yeah, they are. They are.
So you're the basketball correspondent. You know, you're gonna. I assume that you're gonna look at this from a objective eye.
Look, I got stats. I got everything for you guys. So look, we're gonna pretty much look. The first three games for both teams have been, I think, very impressive. Celtics look really good, especially against the Knicks. They had little struggles with the Pistons and all that. So first game they beat the Knicks 132-109. Then they went to play the Wizards. They beat them 122-102. And they beat the Pistons 124-118. If you look at their offensive ranking points, they're second with 126 points per game. Field goal percentage, they're 12th with 46.5%. Point differential, plus 16.3. They're number fourth ranked. And then obviously with 3-point field goal percentages, they're 44.2. They're number one in the league. As far as defense, points allowed, they're 109.7, which is ninth best. Rebounds, 42. They're 21st best. And blocks, 21st best. With the Lakers, they went on. They beat the Timberwolves. I think that was a really impressive win to open up the weekend. The 110-103 Suns. They beat the Suns. Obviously, they were down 20 points in that first half, but they were able to come back with a strong performance from AD, Austin Reeves, Ryu, and Bron started to wake up a little bit, winning 123-116. And then obviously with the Kings, they won 131-127, but I don't think that game was close until probably the end. So that was pretty much a blowout for me. But points-wise, the Lakers have looked really good. They've been 121.3, fourth best in the league. 49.6% field goals. That's number three in the nation in the league. Point differential is plus 6. They're sixth ranked. 3-point, obviously, it could be a little bit better. We would like to see the Lakers shoot the 3-point better, but it seems like it's been getting better as the games go on. They're 13th ranked. They're about in the middle of the pack with 36.3%. Points allowed, they're 115.3. Obviously, their defense needs to be a little bit better, especially in that Suns game. They were having trouble guarding the three. Likewise, a little bit with the Minnesota Timberwolves. You kind of saw it with the Sacramento Kings. They're going to have to do a little bit better at that. But with AD in the middle presence, I think that helps out with the middle. I think, me personally, if you look at all the statistics and everything, I get it. If you look at schedule alone, I would say the Lakers. But I think statistically, I think the Lakers have been really impressive, especially with scoring-wise in their offense. That's always been their kind of thing where offensively the Lakers haven't looked as productive. But with JJ Redick and the way this offense has been moving, and the way AD, I think is, if we had to do early MVP, way too early MVP favorites, it has to be Anthony Davis. I think he has to be number one for a lot of people. I know a lot of people would have Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum has looked really good with 33 points, 6.3 rebounds, 6 assists. But Anthony Davis has 34 points. He's averaging 34 points, 11 rebounds, 3.3 assists on 57% field goal percentage. So overall, I just think right now I would take the Lakers, even though the Celtics, they are an impressive team. They are going to be title contenders, and I get it. Most people think this is just maybe a luck, the way the luck has been with the Lakers, as far as we haven't started off the season strong. We finally got off to a strong start. Hopefully we can keep the pace up. We got the Phoenix Suns tonight, so that should be another big game. We got to see how we do on the road now. Now that we, got out of our home court 3-0, see how we go. We got a 5-game road trip. They're going to send Bronny here to the G League in a little bit, so should be interesting. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Dalton Connect. I would love to see him get ingratiated into the rotations a little bit more. I think with his 3-point advantage, he's been showing a lot of promise with that, helping us on the 3-point range. Austin Reeves has looked fantastic, averaging 18 points, 6.7 rebounds, 6 assists on 55% field goal percent shooting. So I'm gonna say the Lakers, man, right now. I know a lot of people might think this is biased, but I'm giving y'all stats and showing you guys why I think it's the Lakers. As far as these first 3 games, I think they've been really impressive, especially with the schedule that they were getting. Obviously, their schedule is way tougher these first 3 games than what the Celtics have been going through. So I'm riding with the Lakers right now.
I know. I see you over there happy about your team, man.
Yeah, man. I'm loving. We actually got a coach that I'm loving, JJ, bro. I'm a big fan of JJ right now, bro. I was a little skeptic a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. When he first got hired, I was a little bit of a skeptic. I know I wanted Bobby Hurley and all that, and then we resorted to JJ Redick. I didn't know what we was gonna get. I did not know, but look. Well, through all these preseasons and now these first 3 games, I'm convinced. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Phil Jackson or anything. I'm not saying he's going to win 7 titles, but I'm loving the way he's coaching, how he's holding everybody accountable, the freedom that he's giving these players, the confidence that he's giving these players, the offensive mastermind that it looks like he can potentially be. Man, he's hitting all the right buttons on this team so far. So I get it. I get it. It's been the first week, but so far so good, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. So,
okay, for sure. I'm gonna remember this, man, later in the season.
Absolutely. Remember it, tape it, whatever you want to do, brother.
I might even clip
this. What you think is gonna happen? You think I'm gonna just flip on JJ or something?
Oh man, I can't. It's gonna be a time where shit's gonna be fucked up. Lakers is in disarray, and your ass, man, get this nigga JJ off my motherfucking team.
Nah. Look, I'm fair to every I'm fair. Look, I'm only going to criticize JJ if it looks like he's over his head. And right now it doesn't look like he's over his head. It looks like he knows what he's doing. Look, you got to give us a little bit of a break from what we went through with Darvin, hands in pockets, hams. Like this is crazy. Like he's completely night and day, and I get it. Having to going from that situation to this situation is you're definitely going to be a little bit more glaring with the eyes looking at JJ Redick with just what he's been capable of doing, how the offense has been looking, the way he's been communicating that on timeouts, just the simplistics of calling a timeout when teams go on a 7-0 run and having a plan to combat whatever the other team is doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is the basics of what JJ needs to be a head coach, but there are certain other aspects of what he's been kind of preaching, what he's been saying, talking in the huddle when you hear the audio, that it's very promising. And then to go up against the teams like the Timberwolves, the Suns, and the Kings, these are the top 3 teams that everybody claims are going to be some of the best teams in the West. So obviously, I think OKC, I've been saying, I think OKC is the best team in the West, and they've completely shown why. They don't even have their full roster yet, and they looking amazing. Shai Gilgeous is looking amazing. Chet Holmgren is looking amazing. That whole squad is very, very scary. But you cannot sit here and tell me, like, if we played these same 3 games last year, that we aren't 0-3 and we aren't losing these games by like 20-some points. This is the same team we had last year, and to see just the evolution of what JJ Redick has been able to do just these 3 games shows the promise within him as a head coach and what this team can potentially be coming towards the end of the season. Obviously, it all extends to what the health of AD and LeBron James is. But, there are rumors, and obviously, look, D'Lo's going to go. When I watched him in person, he got to go. I was literally screaming in the building at Crypto, trade D'Lo already, because homie got to go. He can get that Golden Lord haircut, and I appreciate everything he has done.
What did he do?
He didn't do shit the whole game. He was literally just the problem child of that starting five. He really was. Like, what I mean? Jackson Hayes literally had to force him to shoot the three that finally sealed the win against the Phoenix Suns. And it's just like, that's just who D'Lo is. You're going to have some great moments with him where he can get you 18 to possibly 27 to maybe 30 points when he's on a hot streak, but he has a lot of hot and cold days. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know what you're going to get. He's like the true definition of a Jekyll and Hyde style player. So he's obviously a defensive liability. Obviously, with the team defense, you got 80 in the back that does help out, but he's not going to be able to individually guard perimeter guys. He's not going to be able. You're not going to ask him to guard Shai Gilgeous. You're not going to ask him to guard Anthony Edwards. Hell, you're not going to ask him to guard Mike Conley. You know what I mean? He's going to have issues with that. So he does play defense a lot better than what he normally has, but he's only going to do it to the extent. That's all I'm saying. But eventually, we all know it's the ugly kept secret that eventually D'Lo is going to be on the trade market. If he's not now, you already starting hearing rumors of us possibly getting Walker Kessler. You got the Zach LaVine stuff, and then also the potentials of maybe, and I know it's a very, very long shot, of Trae Young. So it's just, he's going to be part of that deal, or whatever it is that they see fit after these first 20 to 25 games, to see what they need to improve on, whether it's depth on the inside, whether it's perimeter defense, whether it's a true point guard, whatever that case may be, more scoring, 3-point, they just going to have to figure that out. And that's going to take time. But as I said, it all extends to the health of LeBron James. LeBron James has looked really good. There are moments where he acts his age, but he still can give you 25, 7 and 7. And then AD is just a monster, bro. He's the best big man in the league. I get it. People are going to say Jokic and stuff like that, but I think AD is a better defender, and he can do everything on offense that Jokic can do. You know what I mean? Jokic might have him on the passing side, but I think AD's been a better passer. He's averaging 3.3 assists a game. So he's not going to give you like 8 or anything like that, but I think AD is giving you MVP style numbers. That was one of the bigger questions for the Lakers going into the season, is whether we're going to get the same AD that we got at the end of last year. And clearly we're getting that. Clearly JJ Redick is putting the offense through AD, which we didn't have problems with. Hey, he's playing the starting lineup that we should have played at the beginning of the year. Like, this team, the starting five is one of the better starting fives in the NBA, and statistically it shows. Like, they're up there with the Celtics, they're up there with the Nuggets, they're up there with the Minnesota Timberwolves and these other great starting fives. OKC, like, I like OKC, but who on OKC is going to match up and guard AD? That's going to be their biggest problem. And if you even look at last year, the Lakers and the matchup between the Lakers and OKC Thunder, I love that team. You see how much I glaringly love that team, even though they're not my team. And you know how much Shai Gilgeous is my favorite player. But let's call it spade a spade. It's the matchup for them is really hard on the inside, because who's guarding AD? You're going to tell me Isaiah Hartenstein's guarding AD? That's Cook City. You're going to tell me Chet Holmgren is going to guard AD? That's Cook City. I love Chet Holmgren. He's a really good defensive player, but it's hard to guard AD. It really is. Now, we're going to have our issues guarding the perimeter side, i.e. Shai Gilgeous. He's going to have a field day, right? We can possibly put a Ryu Hachimura or some cat like that. Maybe even Max Crosby. He's been kind of stepping up. So, it's all about matchups and styles, but I'm really liking the direction that this Lakers team is going, and I'm loving the coaching aspect of it too. We also got Scotty Brooks, a former OKC Thunder head coach. He's on the sideline as well. I think it's also Nate McMillan as well too. So it's a very promising state with this Lakers organization. I'm just curious to see what other pieces they're going to try to add onto this team, or honestly, development of Dalton Connect, which I think it's heading in a positive light. So it's going to be an interesting season to watch the Lakers for sure.
What's your scope of the NBA so far around the league?
Kind of like what I've been seeing. The Bucks are having issues, so I think it's only a matter of time before Giannis and Dame are gone. Like I think it's only a matter of time. That's just not a good team. If people are expecting Chris Middleton to be the savior of this team, it's not going to happen. It's an older team. I think they should start looking into trading Brick Lopez. Seeing what kind of draft picks you can get. Maybe looking Chris Middleton's is depreciating before our eyes as far as being an asset. Like for this team to have any chance of looking into the future, they're going to have to start thinking about trading Dame and Giannis. It's just the realities of it. And we already seen Giannis already kind of stating a little bit that, look, if we don't win this year, they might trade me, which we all know is him saying, like, look, I'm gonna ask for a trade if we don't start winning shit. So, and we all know Dame he didn't originally want to go to Milwaukee. Yes, it's a good thing that he's playing with Giannis, but we all know his original eyesight was going to Miami. So, and then with the likes of the New York Knicks gonna get healthier, they don't match up well with them. We obviously know they don't match up well with the Boston Celtics, and that's without Kristaps Porzingis. Imagine with Kristaps Porzingis. I'm really loving the Magic. I like the Magic. I know they had a little slip up here with some of their games, but the Chicago Bulls have been playing pretty well. I think the East is a little bit deeper than what a lot of people expect. It's still a little bit top heavy for the most part, but LaMelo Ball, he's been playing out of his mind, you know what I mean, with the Charlotte Hornets. He's averaging over 30 points per game. He's looking really good. And going back to the OKC Thunder looking like the best team in the league, and it's looking like I can't wait to see that matchup whenever they do play the Boston Celtics. I'm really curious to see how that goes, along with the Lakers and stuff like that. Phoenix Suns, they bounce back a little bit here and there, but they're having their struggles as well, just kind of like I depicted. In the inside game is just with Nusif Nurkic, it's going to be an issue with them. The lack of depth that they have is going to be an issue. Like I do like Tyus Jones, but at the end of the day, he's a really good point guard for them. But the health issues with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, we cannot overlook that. Obviously, they've been healthy for the first end of this game. You also got Steph Curry. He has an ankle injury. Like a lot of people had them higher than the Lakers, but I don't know why. That team is a lot older. Draymond Green is still a liability to them because he's going to get those technicals. He's eventually going to get ejected from the game. And then now on top of that, you got Steph Curry missing some of this road trip, which they're going to have to go up against the Boston Celtics, and like those are all going to be L's, and that's just going to you cannot lose a lot of games in the West. So you're gonna be high and dry, and you're gonna be looking for a playoff playing game, which is already tough enough, and how deep the West is. So this is playing out the way I expected. As far as with the Lakers, it's a little bit higher than what I thought, but overall, man, the beginning of the season has just been what it is, man. And it's going to be interesting as these weeks go on. I'm curious to see how the Knicks look when they get healthier and stuff like that. The addition of Isaiah Hartenstein to OKC, seeing Minnesota, see if they can get the ball rolling. They haven't been looking as impressive as, a lot of people have expected, them trying to ingratiate Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo and stuff like that. So it's just curious. And then obviously with the other teams, the aspects of, some of those players getting traded off. We got to see how the season goes for some of these teams, i.e. the Hawks, we got to see Memphis and all of them, we got to see, like you never know. Maybe LaMelo Ball, I don't assume they will want to trade him, but maybe that might be a piece they might want to consider and try to feature Brandon Miller a little bit more. And then on top of that, you got to look, who's going to start getting into the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. We saw what Duke did to Arizona State. They blew them out by goddamn 70, dog. Duke about to win the championship, and it hates me to say this because I'm a Tar Heel fan. I think we got a shot. But them boys in the blue devil jerseys, them boys is nice, bro. Let's stop the fade. And then obviously you got Connecticut. I'm really excited to talk about college basketball when that starts. It starts here, I think, next week with the women's side and the men's side. We're going to talk about that next week, but I'm really excited about college basketball, which I think a lot of people should. I think it's going to get bigger numbers than what it's been getting the last couple of years. So, man, I'm truly excited about this NBA basketball. It's NBA season and college basketball season. I am excited. As I said, it's better than football right now. People don't want to admit it, but it's better than football right now. It really is, dog. But nobody wants to admit it, but I will. I'll be the first one to start this initiative.
Just disrespectful.
Not disrespectful. It's just real.
All right, man. Let's talk about your favorite subject, WNBA.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, the Indiana Fever ended up parting ways with head coach Christy Sides.
Yes.
they said supposedly they're trying to find a head coach that will accentuate Caitlin Clark's skills more.
Yeah.
Um, I know they're saying that a lead candidate is Connecticut Sun's head coach. What's her name?
Stephanie
Stephanie
White. Stephanie White.
White. They're
Mhm.
looking at her because she used to play for the Indiana Fever, so she has a pipeline and a tie to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She took them to the finals in 2015, so she's she's tied to them. And they're the coach from was it Iowa? She went to Iowa, right?
Who?
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. She went to Iowa. Yeah.
Lisa Blunder is another candidate that they're possibly targeting to be her head coach because
Hmm.
who knows her better than her old college coach? So
Yeah.
those are two coaches that they are looking at. What are your thoughts on this situation?
My thoughts are: is she no different from Aaron Rodgers? Is she no different? Let's call it spade. Like let's be real. It's I'm gonna ask you, Chris. Is this no different from what an Aaron Rodgers situation would be? The only difference is just that she's young. You know what I mean? The talent is worth it in the extent to give her everything that she wants. Everybody has proclaimed her the face of the league, which if they want to do that, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. But at the end of the day, if you're a head coach, like if you're Stephanie White, my question is, why would you want to leave the Connecticut Sun when you have a great talent over there? You have a deep roster over there, which is better than the Indiana Fever. It was proven then; it's going to be proven next year. Why would you want to go from that situation to Caitlin Clark? And I get it. Some people would look at it as like, oh, you get to be the head coach for Caitlin Clark, the next superstar of our league. But in my head, is like, why would you want to go into a hostile situation like that? You're going to be blamed for everything. Caitlin Clark can do no wrong. You know what I mean? If she doesn't run back on defense, no one on the media is going to get at Caitlin Clark and say she doesn't run back on defense. No one's gonna blame her for her pouting and crying to the refs while the play is going down while they're sprinting back and then she's not in defensive mode, or she pouting because she don't get the ball in the corner and she can't hog the ball all 24 seconds of the goddamn shot clock. So like I get it, like people were getting on Christy sides because in the beginning of the season she didn't want to put all the responsibilities on her, which I think should have been one of the most logical senses. She's a rookie going into a situation. You kind of want to just ease her in. You don't want to just throw her into the dogs. She's already going to be headhunt. Not I wouldn't want to say the word headhunted, but she's going to be hunted because of the popularity and everything going behind her. Like a lot of those players are going to go at her in a healthy, respectable way. And it's just like you want to ease her into the system. You want to get her comfortable with all the players that she's going to get involved and be playing with. So I think that was a smart way. And then the moment that she was good, they started featuring her in the offense more, giving her more responsibilities, and they were winning. I think a lot of that had to go with the Leah Boston's play and I forgot Shorty's name, the point guard. I think her last name was Jackson or something like that. I apologize. But because of their play, they helped her to be able to take this team to be 2020 and go into the playoffs in a strong way. They lost to Connecticut Sun. So I get the infatuation of trying to coach a superstar like that, but in the same style, you're going to go into a hostile environment to the point where it's just like everything's going to be blamed on you. It's not going to be on Caitlin Clark if you guys don't succeed. It's going to be on the head coach and all the players around, the coaches, the assistant coaches, the GM. They're going to blame the fucking goddamn concession stand person because they're going to blame everybody but Caitlin Clark. So my thing is, why would you want to go into that environment when you can just coach a whole bunch of girls where you ain't got to worry about that? And you guys are going to be championship contenders. It just is with Bonner and Elisa Thomas and all that, and Carrington, and now you got Mabers, one of the best 3-point shooters in the game in the WNBA. Why would you want to go into a situation with the Fever when the only thing known is Caitlin Clark? You don't know who else is going to be a part of that, because let's say Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston going to get along. You know what Caitlin Clark going to do? She's going to send Aaliyah Boston back over there. You want to bring in Iowa head coach because she knows Caitlin Clark? Okay. You have to have a whole bunch of Iowa girls on that goddamn team. Y'all ain't going to win shit. But if that's what y'all want to do, go for it, because I'm gonna laugh when this train wreck hits, you know what I mean, in Indiana. So go for it. But that's just my thoughts. What's yours?
Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna fault Indiana for trying to appease their superstar you know, player. Look, as much as how we feel about the whole Caitlin Clark situation, the facts remain that she is a draw to their team. They've
Mhm.
been in mediocrity for however long they've been in that. So they're gonna do whatever it takes to keep her happy, and it is
Oh
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah, it
And
is. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying don't be mad when the results happen the way they do happen. That's all I'm
do,
saying. That's
do
all I'm
I
saying.
agree? Do I agree with you that it's gonna be whatever head coach takes it? They're gonna have to have tough skin. They can't be
Mhm.
weak. They're
No,
gonna have tough skin.
and Stephanie White's
Um,
tough. She's tough. She's tough as fuck.
Yeah, and plus she understands that community. She understands that how that organization is ran. So she probably would be my first choice. I get them trying to go get the Iowa coach, but I think Stephanie White would be my first, second, and third choice. And then if all
100%.
else failed, I'll go after Lisa Blunder and see if I can get her. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe
There
even
was.
see what Teresa Witherspoon is doing too, because I thought
Oh
she
no,
got.
they're not hiring Teresa though. They're not hiring. Even though Teresa should have a job, and the way she got fired was
I
crazy.
yeah, I
Because
didn't
I know
understand.
the Sky are involved in Stephanie White, obviously the Connecticut Sun and Fever. So she has a wide range of choices on who she wants to pick. Like, do you want to coach Angel Reese and those and Carbosa? Do you want to go back and coach the veterans of Alicia Bonner and Alicia Thomas and Carrington, or do you want to coach the supposedly savior of WNBA basketball and Caitlin Clark? You got your options, and I'm not saying those aren't bad options. Like, you know what I mean? I said I think the Indiana Fever job is going to be the tougher of the job, just with just the magnitude of it and the expectations of it, just based on Caitlin Clark and then all the ridicule and criticism you're going to get off of everything. But it's three good choices. Like, so I'm very curious to see which one she decides. I don't think she had any problems with the Connecticut Sun, but this is a conversation I would love to have with Miss Ball and D. She would probably have more information about that. But what I mean,
Yeah,
I'm pretty surprised she's considering leaving the Connecticut Sun, even though they're still going to be championship contenders next year. Not sure with their cap space and all that. Hell, we got to even see if WNBA is going to even have a season next year with with them even getting out their CBA agreement. So this can be null and void for the whole year. So we got to see what's up, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how that's going to all play out and where the dominoes lay.
yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about Deion Sanders, man. Should Deion Sanders be considered Coach of the Year?
Should be considered. He should be the favorite. He should be the favorite right now, 100%. Tell me another coach that should be favored ahead of him. I can't name it. You're not going to tell me Sarkeesian. You're not going to tell me Ryan Day. You're not going to tell me DeBoer. You're not going to tell
If
me
any,
Miami's coach.
if anybody here to be anybody, the only play, the only coaches, and I think they're behind him, would be Dabo because of what he's done with Clemson after the loss, and everybody was dumping on them, or maybe the coach from Texas A&M. That's it.
Maybe, or even Indiana's head coach. I'm not sure who that
Him
coach
too.
is, but what him. I think BYU's head coach. I think he should get some. I think
Mm,
Barry Odom should get some
mm,
love too. You got Boise State's head coach.
yeah,
You also there's some other coaches for sure. Texas
but
A&M, Marcus Freeman, and all that. I think,
yeah, Marcus
but
Freeman. Yeah,
just where Dion and this team was projected to be, they were projected to be one of the worst teams in this division, and now they're 6-2 in ranks, and they beat
yeah.
some quality teams, and they should have probably beat Kansas State as well. They should be only lost one game, really
Hmm.
low key. So if they can win out, if he can get them to 10 wins, I think he easily wins this, and I don't even think it's close. Just with everything he had. So Deion Sanders is proving that he is a legitimate head coach. I always thought that even when he was
Hmm.
back in Howard and stuff like that. But this Deion is proving all the naysayers and all that this was just kind of like a freak show, but it's not a freak show. He's a legitimate candidate of a Big 12 program who's turned that program out of a laughingstock into a legit college destination for players and other athletes to be a part of. So I think Deion deserves nothing to be given a standing ovation and applauded. Um, and he deserves to have this coach of the year if he continues to go this route and the way this team has been playing. This team has been playing really well. This offensive line has been playing a lot better. This defense has been playing better, and you have two cats that should be Heisman finalists as well. His son and then Travis Hunter. So yeah, shout out to Dion, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to his whole program.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you, man. Deion Sanders should be the leading candidate, and I don't really think it's close right now because just the amount of people who when they took the first L, took their first L, everybody was dumping on them. Oh, the sky
Mhm.
is falling. It's
Yeah.
over for Colorado. They're not going to make it to no bowl game. Don't even talk about the playoffs. Dion's not a good coach. He's a bad coach.
Yeah.
His culture is not good. Da 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 da. It's all flash and dash. Well, you're coming to find out that it's not. You know what I'm saying? Last year they had the one coach, the one OC from Kent State. When that wasn't working out, they took the play calling abilities from him. They ended up letting him go. This year he brings in Pat Shermer, somebody who knows the NFL. He's been a good OC in the NFL. So he
Yeah.
comes down to Colorado,
Yeah.
and brings a pro style type of offense to Colorado, which is going to help out Shador much more now because now he's going to be pro ready.
Hmm.
Then you bring in somebody like Warren Sapp on that defensive line. Like he's bringing in guys that have been
TL
there.
coaching up the
Yeah,
receivers, like you know what I
yeah.
mean, like
Like you got guys over there that are helping out that have been to the league and played at a very high level or coached at a very high level. Um, even as an offensive coordinator with Pat Shermer. So yeah, man, Dion he's a good coach. He galvanizes the troops. The kids respect him. They love him. They'll run through a wall for him. Everybody was making a big deal when he would lose recruits. Every team loses recruits.
mhm. Yeah,
Every Alabama loses recruits. Ohio State loses recruits. Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
made it a big deal when Colorado lost the running back kid. It was just like they just don't make it news, but
That's
you
the new norm. That's the new norm now.
it is what it is because these kids want to play. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the
and
running
NIL
back,
money too.
yeah, that too. Kansas gave their kids some money, or K State gave their kids some money and went over there and played for them. So
Right. Yeah,
it
we
is
saw
what it
we
is.
yeah, we saw with UNLV and the whole Sluka situation that didn't
Mhm.
affect them. And you know what makes it even why it's even more impressive what Dion is doing? They had the most turnover out of any college program because of the NIL and transfers and stuff like that. They had the most out of anybody. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that makes it even more impressive because you got to understand, you're trying to ingratiate a whole new slew of kids into a new program, new OC. It's going to take them time, and then once they found their rhythm, they're looking like one of the best teams in the Big 12 right now. So, and then obviously, I would love to see that matchup with Iowa State. Right now, if I had to choose, I'm gonna trust Shador and Travis Hunter over anybody that Iowa State has. That's a fact. They
I
got the two
agree.
best players in that whole league. They might have the two best players in the whole nation. So
Yeah,
that's just the reality of it.
yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, man. Let's do a bet US surefire picks.
For sure. I'm gonna let you go first.
All right,
I'm gonna let you go first.
let me pull this up. All right, for tonight's basketball game, I like Pittsburgh on the money line. I like a George Pickens anytime touchdown and George Pickens 6 receptions. And then in basketball, I'm taking your Lakers on the money line. I like the Knicks 2.5. I like the Bucks +10, and I like the Nuggets -9.
Okay. For tonight for the football game, I'm gonna take the under 36 and a half. I'm gonna take that under. Um, for the baseball game, I'm gonna take the Yankees. I'm gonna take the Yankees money line. They have to win this game. They have no choice but to win this game. So I'm gonna take the Yankees money line. For tonight, I'm gonna surprise you on this one. A little bit. I'm gonna take the Cavs +2.5 over the Knicks. I love the way the Cavs team's been playing. The Knicks are still trying to figure out their rhythm and everything. I think the Knicks will be fine. But the Cavs, they've had this squad for 3 years now. They know what they are. They're comfortable. I like them. As long as they stay healthy, they're going to be a really good squad. I'm gonna take the Orlando Magic minus 5.5 over the Pacers. I just think they're the better squad. Plus, they're at home court advantage. You got KCP who's going to be guarding Tyrese Halliburton. I'll say that. And then lastly, I will take the over on the Bucks Celtics game tonight, the 232.5. I'm gonna take the over.
For sure, for sure. If you go to our social media platform, any of our social media platforms, you'll see the link for the Bet US website. You click on it, first time users only. Put in a minimum $100 up to $5,000. Put in the promo code Jordan125. You get 125% signing bonus. What does that mean, Chris? You get 3 risk-free bets. That means if you bet $100 3 times, you don't lose your money. You don't lose your money. If you lose, you don't lose your money. So it's a win-win situation. So go ahead and go over to BetUS, sign up, make you some money, and tell them Cris and Mal sent you. And that is our BetUS Short Fire Peeps. All right, man. We could dabble into the World Series real quick, man. So Friday night it was a big night. I mean, they get to 10 innings. They was in 10.
Nah, I think this was yeah, was it 10? Yeah, 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
got
10.
to
Yeah.
the 10th inning. Bases are loaded. Freeman's at the plate, and
Mm-hmm.
he knocks that bitch out of the park, baby.
Mm.
Wins the
Smooth.
game 6-3. The Dodgers take the lead 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
And then on what was it Sunday they played?
Saturday.
Yesterday, Saturday they played.
Yeah. They won 4-2, I think. 4-2.
Yeah, and even then the Yankees had a few shots to win that game. Look, we need to have a TED talk with Aaron Judge. Can the real Aaron Judge please stand up?
This is the real Aaron Judge. This is playoff Aaron Judge. What are we
No, I'm
surprised
talking
about?
about the dude that was in the regular season that was knocking on them home runs
No,
at the
no, no,
park.
no, no, no. That's not the real. That's the regular season Aaron Judge. This is the playoff Aaron Judge. You know, there's two different players. Two different players. You're not going to see that Aaron Judge. You're not. You
Why
might get
not? What's the difference?
the pressure. The pressure. You know what I mean? There's not much pressure in the MLB. You got 162 games. You know what I'm saying? You have a bad week. You can have a whole other series that is just completely different. I think the pressure within the Yankees, it's tough being Yankee, bro. Like, it's when it comes to
I
postseason,
hear
you have
you.
so much expectations. From Jeter to Babe Ruth to a lot of these
Mickey Mantle, I
Mickey
know
Mantle
all
and
that.
Reggie Jackson and Mariano Rivera, like those like that's history right there, bro. Some of the best history of all time. You know what I mean? When it comes to baseball, so Juan Soto is the best player on that team. It's
Yeah,
just is what it is. You can tell just the way they be pitching at him. You know what I mean? They're more fear of Juan Soto than they are Aaron Judge, and it's just the way it is. Like I think the pitching for the Yankees, I think it's been a little bit better. I think me personally, but you know what I mean? Obviously, Shohei got hurt in the second game. He slightly
hmm
dislocated his shoulder, but they say he should be fine going into tonight. So he should be fine. I
yeah.
think that's a big advantage for him. We got to see how his shoulder responds, batting tonight. Obviously, in New York, it should be a little bit colder than what it was in LA. LA was nice weather. So we got to see how that shoulder responds in colder weather and all that. But, this is a must win. You know what I mean? Like if Aaron Judge is gonna change any perception about him in the playoffs, it has to start tonight. It has to. It has to. It cannot be all Juan Soto. Because at this point, all the rumors with Juan Soto, if it's true that Juan Soto that the Dodgers have a chance to sign Juan Soto, baseball. What are we doing? What are we doing, dog? No one wants to see Juan Soto and Otani on the same lineup, bro. That's like the lineup of death, bro. No
That's what
one's
we
gonna
want to see.
survive that.
Yeah,
They
send
might
his
be the
ass
first
over on
team.
that side.
They might be the first team to win all 162 games. Let's just call it spade, bro. And they get some pitching on top of that. Like, what is their cap hit? Like, do they even have a cap hit in baseball?
No, there's no
They can spend whatever the fuck they want, huh?
there's no salary cap in baseball.
There is no salary cap. That's crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah, if they can do that, which the Dodgers will do it. They don't give a fuck. They'll pay whatever. So imagine you got Mookie Betts. Oh, imagine you got Ohtani to start up. You got Mookie Betts number 2, and then Soto 3. And that's not including Freeman. That's not including Kiki Hernandez. That's not including Tiesco Hernandez. That's not including none of those guys. We ain't even got to them. We talking about adding Soto to this team, and that's including when Ohtani goes back to pitching as well. So you have Ohtani as pitching. You got the other Japanese cats pitching. They're going to add another pitcher and probably another closer to this fucking team. My God. No, if you're a Dodger fan, you are living a great life right now. Hopefully y'all can close it out. Hopefully, because y'all have blown a lot of playoffs. But
sends Juan Soto's ass on the other side, so we have a chance to make it.
So what? The Mets? You want him to go to the Mets?
Whatever. Just
I heard the Mets. I heard the Mets are going to be involved. Obviously, the Yankees, Dodgers.
Get him far away from the Yankees, because that's who
it helps your Royals, huh? It helps your Royals, huh?
Him and Juan, what's his name? Carlos Stanton. Those two are the ones who killed us. Not
Mike Stanton.
Yeah, those two. No, one Stanton. That
I know you're talking about.
Him and Juan Soto is the one who killed.
Nah, it's crazy because it's really on Aaron Judge, man. It's not on anybody else on that squad. Aaron Judge really needs to, because he's had the bats where they have. I think how many men has he left on base when he's at bat? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been a lot of opportunities where he could have drove into multiple runs, but he just, for some reason, he cannot put the ball in play. And I don't know if he's overthinking it. I don't know if he has an injury. I don't assume he has anything. It's not like he's making excuses. He's on up to his bad play, but sooner or later, man, all the money that you are getting, you're going to have to play in October, bro. You gotta have to play in October.
They'll ship your ass right out of Yankee Stadium.
Who they gonna get? Who's available right now?
They can get whatever they want at the Yankees.
I know, but who they obviously their number one thing this offseason is definitely to sign Soto.
They're gonna give him a blank check. Whatever you want, player.
Well, you think he might be the first $1 million player? the way them bids going to go between the Mets, the Yankees, and the Dodgers. You think he could be close to $1 billion?
I don't know.
I think he'll hit 8. I think he'll 8. I think he'll 8. I think he'll 800.
I say 750 to 800.
Because what Ohtani get? Ohtani got like 725 or something like that. Yeah, I think he'll get 8. I think with the bidding war and how important he is, and at his age, again, it's not like the Yankees versus the Guardians. This is the Yankees, Mets, and the Dodgers. Probably one of the 3 biggest payrolls next to the Red Sox, but they never like to use their fucking money.
No, they're cheap as hell.
They're cheap as hell, but you know what I mean. So,
does the Cubs got a big payroll?
They do. Cubs got a big payroll too. They do. They spend when the time is right. They're not like as egregious as like the Yankees. Like the Dodgers don't give a fuck. They're just a motherfucking team. Like, yo, we got like 15 black cards. Which one you want, dog? You know what I mean? Which one do you want us to slide?
That's why it was hard for me to get into baseball, because it's like all the fucking good teams players, like LA and shit go to the teams with the most money. It's like, it's not fair.
Do you think baseball should have a salary cap?
Yeah, I don't think it should be a hard one, but I think there should be a cap.
Like a cap, yeah. And then some penalties, and then some kind of penalties if you go over. Nothing crazy, but some kind of penalties.
As I said, I don't think it should be NFL hard cap when dudes ain't making
or the way NBA. The NBA gets you now. Like they got a strict cap, yeah.
Yeah. So but that's never gonna happen because whatever.
Yeah. Philly's got big money spend. They spend a lot of money.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's give in the heart of yesterday's Washington and Chicago's game, and the Hail Mary ending on that, we're gonna give our top 5 best Hail Mary of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. So I kept this to when I was alive. Look, I'm not going back to fucking goddamn Johnny Unitas days. I'm not doing that shit. I get it. There's a lot of things. I got one quick question. Do you consider the Keenum to Diggs in the NFC divisional playoff? Do you consider that a Hail Mary? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. I was kind of leaning towards no, so I left it off the list. If you would have said yes, that would have been my number 1, but it's not. All right. So So number 5, I think the dialect between Jaden and Caleb 1 and 2. I put it at number 5. I thought the way that game was, it obviously wasn't the most exciting game, but I think with the competition between Jaden and Caleb being the 1 and 2 picks, I think it was good. So I gave it at number 5 for one of the best. Number 4, I went with Rogers to Rogers against the Lions. If people don't remember that, I think it was like a Thursday night or Sunday night game or something like that. Aaron Rodgers throws it to the tight end. Rogers, he caught it in the end zone. I thought that was really spectacular. So I did that. Number 3, I gave it to Favre to Greg Lewis. I thought Favre to Greg Lewis versus the 49ers. I thought that was a really good throw. He had the back end toes at the end. That was a really nice thrown ball. I thought that was really good as Favre was getting sacked. Number 2, I got Kyle Murray to D Hop versus the Bills. That was during COVID. D Hop sunned at like about 3 Bills players. He damn near mossed all 3 of them. So I put that at number 2. And then number 1, I went Rodgers to Giannis or Janice versus the Cardinals. That was my number 1. The way he rolled out and the way Janice caught that to tie the ball game, I think to take it to overtime. I thought that was really good. So that's my top 5.
All right. My number 5, I got Flacco to Jacoby Jones, rest in peace.
Oh, I remember that on the right side.
Yeah. Hail Mary, Mile High Miracle against the Denver Broncos. It was in the divisional round of the playoffs. They ended up winning that game. Mm-hmm. I know you said that you didn't go with games that you weren't alive for, but I've seen this clip a million times. I'm going ahead and put it. Roger Staubach to Drew Pearson. Okay. That's just iconic. You got to put that on the list, man. I'm with you. I got number 3. I got Aaron Rodgers to Richard Rodgers. He threw it up, grabbed it in the back. You know what I'm saying? So I had that one. Number 2, I got Kyler Murray and D Hop. You got to put that one. That was just amazing. And then number 1, I got the Brett Favre to Greg Lewis because Brett Favre was getting hit in the process. He throws a pinpoint accurate pass in the corner of the back of the end zone, and dude catches it. So I had to go with that number 1.
I was gonna throw in the Wilson to Tate, but with the controversy with that one,
I saw that one. I did it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot it was mad controversy."
That was mad controversy, so I didn't. But the other one I want to give a shout out to is Gerard. He was on the Jaguars. Remember the black dude, Gerard, the quarterback, when he threw the ball to Mike Thomas versus the Texans. It tipped and it just landed to him. I was close to putting that number 5. I was about to put it, but I just thought the significance of Jaden Daniels and the Caleb Williams matchup that will always be remembered as one of the top Hail Marys, especially with the way Jaden Daniels is being portrayed as the next thing with the quarterback. So,
yeah, man, Chicago, you should be ashamed of yourselves. And what's the kid, Tariq Stevens? What the hell was you doing, man?
Yeah,
it's your fault.
Yeah,
you over there jawing to the damn the fans and stuff. Shit. You're not even doing your assignment. You supposed to be back there with Noah Brown.
He owned up to it, though. He's facing his criticism like a man. So he laid in his bed. He's sleeping in it. He's handling it like a G. So you gotta shout him out for that too. He won't make that mistake again. I promise you that. Because next time, bro, you lucky he ain't get cut.
And Everflus, why would you let them get that pass to the sideline?
Oh, the quick side, yeah. Quick.
Why would you? Did you learn nothing from 13 seconds?
No.
Did you learn anything?
You probably wasn't even remembering.
Let him get an opening for the Hail Mary. And then defenses. Why y'all just don't send pressure? You send 3? You don't send at least 4?
Maybe even the 5th, man. Maybe even the 5th.
Just go.
I don't know why they don't have. I just don't know why they don't have like levels. Like obviously you have your D line. You should have a middle level and then a back end level. You got enough players. Like hell, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do something like that, you could do 3, maybe 3, and then 4 in the back or something. Like look, if 4 of y'all motherfuckers can't guard 3 receivers, and I don't know what to tell you.
This is ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Chicago, you deserve to lose that game. I hope that's the game. The reason why y'all make the playoffs. Yep, I said it.
Nah, we'll see. That could be a huge one. Why they don't make the playoffs?
Everflus gets fired.
I think that's coming regardless.
Even though he got that defense playing really good. All right, man. Let's do our NFL Week 7 recap.
Let's do it.
Not a game. All right, let's go with the Thursday night game. We had the Vikings at the Rams. The Vikings end up losing 20-30. Controversial at the end, which ruined my ticket. Yeah, you ruined
another ticket run. Another
bastards.
ticket run.
It was a controversial.
We should have a segment. Sorry to cut you off, but we should have a segment of all the motherfuckers.
You ruined my ticket. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have it.
Yeah, you ruined my ticket, referees, for not calling that egregious.
Yeah, that was egregious. Yeah.
Face mask on Sam Darnold. Come on, man. You looking right at him. Talking about you ain't see it. You saw it. And it ended up costing them the game, too. Because they ended up being the safety. But, hey, shout out to the Rams. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are back. And the Rams look like they're a formidable opponent in the NFC again. They might end up winning that division because I still don't like the way the San Francisco 49ers looked yesterday. But we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
The Eagles put the beats on the Bengals, 31-17. That offense started, it looked a little shaky in the beginning, but then the offense started picking up a little bit. Jalen Hurts started looking good. I don't know where to go with the Bengals. I know they was missing T. Higgins. I get it. But, yeah, the Bengals ain't been looking good. I don't think they make the playoffs.
I've been said that, though. The Bengals don't look good. As far as like with the Rams, though, like it's all about health with the Rams, though. The Rams, they just need to get healthy, and I think they'll be all right. You know, Puka looked amazing. Cooper Kupp, he's not going anywhere. Kyron Williams has been one of the better running backs in the league. So yeah, but with the Eagles, man, they finally look like they finally hit a little stride. But I've been said about the Bengals, bro. They're not a great team. They're not a good team. People need to start talking about Joe Burrow, and he's not. He has a lot of issues, bro. And I get it, you know. That team is just not good, bro. They're going to fire that head coach.
Think so?
I think eventually they will. They're not going to blame Joe Burrow. They're not blaming Burrow.
All right. You got the Ravens losing 24-29 to the Browns. Famous Jameis in the fourth quarter hit Cedric Tillman down the field to win the game. This team looks like they have a breath of life with Jameis Winston at the quarterback position. Now that Deshaun Watson is out for the season.
Yeah.
Do you think the Browns have a chance to make the playoffs with Jameis Winston at their head?
No, they're not making the playoffs. I think they'll be way more exciting to watch, though. They'll be the team that we expected them to be as far as offensively. Obviously, they did trade Amari Cooper. I would have loved to see Jameis Winston have the opportunity to play with Amari Cooper with this offense, but with the addition of Nick Chubb and all that, I'm happy for Jameis to get this opportunity to showcase his talent, and hopefully somebody will give him if they're in a struggle for getting a QB or something, they'll give him an opportunity. But look, man, with the Ravens though, why did y'all stop giving the ball to Derrick Henry? This man had 11 carries with over 70 yards in the TD. If you would have gave him another 10 to 12 carries, he might have had 150 yards and 2 or 3 TDs, and y'all would have won the game. So I don't know what happened.
Rashad Bateman. You gotta catch that pass, player.
Yeah.
You gotta catch that pass, player. You was catching everything before then.
And facts. And I'm curious to know why Lamar Jackson was so mad on that last throw. I wonder if one of those receivers fucked up on where he was supposed to go because he was pissed. I never seen Lamar Jackson act like that, throwing his helmet on the ground like that. I'm very curious to know what happened on that last one.
It must have been. But, hey, man. Hey, y'all, watch out for Cedric Tillman, wide receiver for the Browns. This kid is up and coming. He's been playing really good ball lately. He was good coming out of Tennessee. He got hurt. He was on that Tennessee team with Hendon Hooker and Jalen Hyatt. I always thought Cedric Tillman was the better receiver of the two. Yeah. But watch out for that kid. I'm just telling you. Fantasy purposes, too.
Think they have a chance to make the playoffs?
I think he's playing like they're playing, yeah. I do. Their defense is still good.
It is. Do you think All right, let me ask you this. Now, do you think they limit on who they trade now? Do you think they like, fuck it, we'll keep Darius Smith and let's just ride it out and just see what happens?
Maybe if they win this week. And
yeah, because
if they lose this week. Yeah, if they lose this week, then they'll probably be sellers at the trade deadline. Right at the trade deadline. So the Lions put the mud stomps on the Tennessee Titans 52-14. Look, we saw this coming. If you watch football, you should have saw this coming. They just got rid of D-Hop. Tennessee ain't got nothing over there. Mason Rudolph is trash. Now, it was looking a little shaky in the beginning, but once Detroit remembered that they was playing football, they put the clamps on and stomped them out real quick. Made quick work of them. Sam Laporta, all I needed was two more yards. Dog, I had a big ticket, $6,000 on the line. All I needed was Sam Laporta for 2 more yards.
He would have been
$6,000. And CJ Stroud with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
CJ, I hate you.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Hey, with the Lions, though, man, they're probably playing the best football anybody in the league right now, man. They've looked really impressive. I get it. It's against the Titans, but, you know, you don't see people putting up, 52 points a lot. So I think, I think they kind of slowed it down a little bit at the end, towards the end of that third quarter. You know what I mean? Try to get out with no injuries. Obviously, the Aiden Hutchinson thing and like that. You want to keep everybody as healthy as possible. So slow down a little bit. But hey, they're clicking on full cylinders. I would assume after that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens loss, you would assume that Jared Goff is probably the leader in the clubhouse for MVP right now off that performance.
Yeah, I agree. The Cardinals pull a comeback and beat the Dolphins 28-27. Kyler Murray had a good day. Marvin Harrison Jr. had a good day. Trey McBride balled out too. Yeah. Look, man, the Cardinals are real. The Cardinals are what Detroit was 2 years ago.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Their defense flies around. They hit you. They're physical. And that offense, they could just keep on building that chemistry. Watch out for the Cardinals, y'all. I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl, but they can play spoiler and they can be in the playoffs this year and possibly win this division because the division is up to grab. Kyler Murray is playing good ball right now. They just got to be a little bit more consistent. Now, they stacked 2 wins together because that was their problem. They would get a good win and they would lose the following week. It'd be a bad loss, too. This week, this was 2 back-to-back wins. They keep stacking these wins. Watch out for the Cardinals.
I've been saying this all year, man. Don't sleep on this Cardinals team. Like, I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to win the division. They have the opportunity to do both. But, look, this team is going to be feisty, man. They're going to give you some hard games. We've seen that. We've seen them give them a hard game against Detroit. They should have won that game. We saw it with the Bills. Like, they went up against some of the best. You see how those 2 teams are performing now. And I get it was in the earlier parts of the year, but – they were no different in their situation. You know what I mean? So, they had a game without Marvin Harrison Jr. So, like, look, man, this team is a team you gotta be worried about because no matter what their record is, they're going to give you a hard time. Kyler Murray is a scary quarterback to try to defend and try to, coach up against. And, you got the likes of James Conner and all those weapons that they had. You talked about Trey McBride. That defense is young, flying around. You know what I mean? So, look, you got to salute the head coach over there, man. He has them boys ready at all times. You know what I mean? I know they had that one bad loss where I think they lost by like 20, 30 points or something like that, but you're not going to see that too much with this team, man. But, shout out to them. And then, look, the Dolphins, I think Tua makes this offense go. You know what I mean? He made this offense look a whole lot better. I get it. They lost again. But the Dolphins are going to be a hard out as well. Like, don't sleep on them as well. They have the opportunity to get Tua and get back in the swing of things, start getting Tyreek Hill the ball more, Jalen Waddle. You see Devon H. You just see everything just more wide open with Tua as the helm of that quarterback. So that just should put more respect on his name. We just want to see him be healthy. And if he can stay healthy, look, it's going to be a tough goal going up against this Dolphins team. You know what I mean? You still got Jalen Ramsey on that other side and, a lot of them other cats, Bradley Chubb and all that. So this team is going to be a hard out, man. They're going to give a lot of these teams within that division some hard games. You know what I mean? I get it. The whole say when it gets colder, they tend to not play as well. But I think this team will surprise some people with some of the wins that they can get towards the end of this year.
Yeah, for sure. The broke down, busted Jets.
Yo, why you say it like that? God damn.
The New England Patriots, 22-25. Same old Jets. Aaron is the problem. He is a cancer to y'all organization. He's not a leader. Look at y'all. Y'all sad on the sidelines. Devontae Adams. What you doing, man? How you feeling now, man? Huh? Y'all, you feel like a winner? You left the Raiders to go to a more depressing situation. Did you see how the Raiders looked yesterday? Even though they lost, they still look happy. They smiling, they high-fiving, they moving around. They went out there and tried to compete. Hell, if you was on the team yesterday, you probably could have gave the Chiefs a little bit more props.
Might have won that game. Might have won that game. Might have. Like, we got no, my bad. Keep going. My bad.
But I'm just saying, back to the Jets. This team is not making the playoffs. They're not going anywhere. I'm with Damian Woody. Aaron's experience is over. He's going to retire after this season probably and go do politics or whatever he's going to do. And Jet fans, you better hope y'all get a good quarterback next year.
They're not.
Do something. Because y'all cursed. I think your organization is good. Now, as far as New England goes, this was a better showing from New England. Drake May is showing promise. The defense is really good. Thank you to the New England Patriots for giving us Joshua Uche. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? And the pass rush. But outside of that, New England, y'all got a bright future.
Look, man, start off with New England. Yo, Drake, I like Drake May. I think Drake May will be fine. It's just the injury problems with him is starting to get a little bit of alarming with that. Hopefully he's healthy. I know it's a head injury, so gotta watch out for that. But overall, man, this New England Patriots defense, they responded to the coach, man, after he called him out last week. So I think that's a promising sign. You know what I mean? They didn't quit on the head coach, and I'm glad. So I want to see him succeed. I said I'm not a Patriots fan, but I will root for the brother, and hopefully he succeeds. Then you just go ahead and piss me off because you want to trade with the goddamn Chiefs again. I don't know what it is with motherfuckers want to trade with the Chiefs. I don't understand this shit. Like, the NFL is fucking weird. But back with the Jets. Like, look, Devontae. I'm gonna say this to Devontae Adams, bro. You bitched and cried about leaving the Las Vegas Raiders to go play with your boy Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is worse than Gardner Minshew. He's probably worse than Aiden O'Connell. You're in a situation where you went from a tax-free state to they tax the fuck out of you now. So you ain't even seeing all the money that you had. You had a nice crib in Vegas. The weather's better. I love New York City. Don't get me wrong. New York City, I love that. I love that spot. I love New York City. That's one of my favorite cities in the whole entire world. I love it. But I'm just talking about in the Devontae Adams aspects. You really left Las Vegas, a tax-free state, to go to New York for the same bullshit that you could have dealt with over here. Knowing that you got Brock Bowers on the side of you, you got Jacoby Myers on the side of you, you got Trey Tucker on the side of you, you got Antonio Pierce who was fighting for you. You fought for him to be your head coach, but then you leave him high and dry. So you did that. Then on top of that, you had the potentials to play with Shedeur Sanders or whatever quarterback we're going to get next year, including the $130+ million that we're going to have in fucking cap space. So, like, bruh, all you had to do was just thug it out. And Mark Davis probably would have took care of you, took care of Max Crosby, got the quarterback that he wants to get. And then on top of that, add some other pieces to the point where the Las Vegas Raiders are they're in a better situation than what the Jets are in. The Jets are in a disarray. Aaron Rodgers is done. That whole experiment is done. You did all that trading for nothing. You did the whole Hassan Reddick shit for nothing. Like, got rid of your head coach. Who's clearly the heart and soul of that defense. Now that defense looks fucking abysmal now. That looks like one of the worst defenses in the league at this point with some of the players that they got. Free Sauce Gardner. I hope he asks for a trade. Come to the Raiders, bro. Come play with a real squad that we're going to be relevant here in the next 2 years, bro. Yeah, these Chiefs are, man, what? I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Come on, baby. Y'all see it?
Oh, don't do that to yourself, man. Go to the 49ers or something, man.
Y'all see it? Come to the Raiders, bro. You fit that squad. When we get Shedeur,
go to Detroit, man.
When we get Shedeur and we got Brock Bowers going, we get a nice little running game going. We get that defense hungry and shit. Yeah, look at the state the Raiders is in, and we gave the Chiefs a run for they. They know we on their necks, bro. They know we don't give a fuck about the goddamn Chiefs. We're the only team that play like we ain't scared of the goddamn Chiefs, even with the players that we got. And Chiefs fans know this shit. They know it. They know it. They know it. We ain't scared of y'all at all, bro. And y'all barely beat us. I don't give a fuck about that score at the end. I watched that shit. Patrick Mahomes looks boo-boo. He only let him look good in the fourth quarter. Eventually, y'all, I ain't worried about y'all, bro. Go ahead and win y'all little third so y'all can go ahead and parade in y'all stands. We already know what's up. I've been said it. The NFL gonna find a way to get y'all to be undefeated. Into the undefeated. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. But I ain't worried about y'all, brother. We coming. We all right. We be all right. Let's lose some more of these games, baby.
Y'all gonna win next week.
Nah, we losing, baby. We losing.
Who y'all play next week?
Huh?
Who y'all play next week?
I think we play Broncos. I'll look it up. Go ahead. You can go next
one. The Colts lose to the Texans 20-23. What's wrong with your boy Anthony Richardson?
Oh, Dolphins. We played Dolphins. Sorry to cut you off. We played Dolphins next week.
For sure. Y'all gonna win that game. Anthony Richardson, man.
Hey.
What's wrong with him, man?
Hey, the way the backlash is hitting these networks, bro, on him saying he tapped out. I didn't know it was that big of an issue. Like I could have swore I saw players like say they needed to take a break. Obviously
not the quarterback.
Not the quarterback, but yeah, I get it. I get it in a sense. I get it.
You're at a goal line. You're at the goal line, bro.
Listen. I'm gonna say this. I knew it was a big deal. I just didn't know it was this big of a deal. Like motherfuckers is like saying like it's over for him in the locker room and shit. Like he been getting bashed in, but I think overall if he was playing well, I don't think the bashing would be as bad. You know what I'm saying? But the way he's playing, on top of that, it's just not looking good for him at all with Anthony Richardson. He's been regressing a lot, and the injury history does not help it at all. As far as like with the Texans, obviously, you know, we got to figure out what's up with Stephon Diggs and that knee injury. I think that could be huge for them as far as like the potential to win a Super Bowl title. Obviously, you got Nico Collins out for another couple of weeks with his hamstring injury, so that doesn't bode well. Especially, you know, the offense hasn't really been clicking as well with that offensive line. So it's some worry times with the Texans right now for sure.
I'm hearing it's not good for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I've been kind of hearing it too, and that just shows you that my whole man, my God, everybody on my team. I literally on my fantasy team, I lost both my starting running backs and all three of my starting wide receivers. And God, I pray to God, it's just. I hope it's not an ACL. It's not sounding like it is, but I'm sure we'll get an update here probably.
Do you think they make a move if it is?
If you still want to have championship hopes, you got to try to get Deontay Johnson. You have to try to get Deontay Johnson.
I agree.
There's no other way. Deontay Johnson should be an answer. Deontay Johnson should be an answer for a lot of these cats. I think Deontay Johnson going to the Commanders, the Texans now, the Steelers. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many options for that team. If you want to add an addition to, you know what I mean, whoever, you know what I mean, whoever needs a wide receiver at this particular time, like Deontay Johnson is the answer for sure.
The Chargers win against the Saints 26-8. Really ain't nothing too much to talk about this game. This was a terrible game.
You know what, funny dog? I remember the first 2 weeks of the season, the Saints fans were on fucking cloud nine, boy. Yeah.
But shout out to Justin Herbert's offensive line for putting that defensive lineman on his back for trying to hurt Justin Herbert. Did you see that video?
Oh yeah, I saw it. He was trying to do like some fucking WWE move on his ass with his ankle or some shit.
Yeah, try to twist his leg. That's Bush League. What are you doing, brother?
Yeah,
trying to take that man out, and the offensive line was not having that. Had you on your back, screaming, probably. You saw Justin Herbert's face. He was laughing.
He was laughing. Serious question though. Saints, is it time? You blow this team up. Is it time?
Why did y'all give Alvin Kamara that deal? You could have got some pieces for him.
I don't know. I do not understand that signing at all.
And Alvin Kamara, do you want to win?
Yeah, dude, he's not your future, bro. The Saints don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know that organization. I can go back to my team. A lot of people think we're disorganized. Like, I get it. People are not a fan of Mark Davis and his haircut, but we're in a way better position than a lot of these other organizations are, bro. Like, I don't get it. The Saints, I don't know what the Saints are doing. I really don't. They have a lot of old talent on that team that they can get rid of. That a lot of I think other teams could use. I think a lot of other teams could use a Tyrann Mathieu or a Cam Jordan, Alvin Kamara. You know what I mean? I think they can use a lot of cats like that. Even a Taysom Hill. I would even consider trading Taysom Hill. Like, he's a gadget guy. Like, you can probably get like a 3rd round pick for him. You know what I mean? With just what he can do. You know what I'm saying? I think you could have got a 3rd round pick for Kamara. You know what I mean? Or maybe even a 4th or something like that. We even talked about how deep these drafts are going to be with these NIL deals, because these college kids are going to stay in college a lot longer. So that 3rd and 4th round pick could honestly be a 2nd round talent. You know what I mean? Maybe even the 1st round top talent, depending on how far they fall in the draft. So,
yeah. The Buffalo Bills end up beating the Seahawks 31-10. Bills dominated this game. Josh Allen balled out. Khalil Shakir balled out. Keon Coleman has been.
I'm so happy for my guy Keon, bro. He's been balling.
He's been balling these past 2 weeks, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's been balling. Mark Cooper looked pretty good too.
Yes, sir.
Kincaid, you know what I'm saying? He provides over the middle, and James Cook balled out too. Hey, man. I know we talk trash about Buffalo because in the playoffs or whatever, but Buffalo's looking like a definitely the contender to the Chiefs. If any team's gonna knock them off in the AFC, Buffalo's looking like the team right now.
The Bills, the Bills. I'm gonna say this to all my Bills fans and Bills organization. Just get one more defensive piece, bro. Y'all good. Y'all can get a Zadarius Smith or something, or y'all can get something to help that back end on that, on like a safety, like a cool safety or something. Like, try to get J.C. Horn or something. You can add something like that. Yo, this team gonna be scary, bro. I'm trying to say, like, they just need one more piece on that defensive side, and I think they're legit. You get Von Miller back. Like, if you can add Von Miller with Zadarius Smith, I think that combination could be really good. Or if you can get J.C. Horn to, be one of your top corners.
Him and Russell Douglas would be a nice little corner.
That'd be nice. You just need one more. So I'm very curious to see if the Bills go a little bit more in and try to get a defensive piece.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do, especially seeing that the Chiefs win got Josh Uche. They're like, oh, okay, now we might have to go get somebody.
Not for real, man. This is an arms race right now. With it's an arms race between the Ravens, the Bills, and the Chiefs. Those are the top 3 teams in the AFC. I get it, the Ravens lost, but we still think they're going to be.
I can see the Ravens making a deal for a corner too, because their cornerback is not
or even Deontay Johnson. Like I said it, even with that last play, I was talking about it in the car with my homie. I was like, bro, the Ravens need a big wide receiver, dog. I love Zay Flowers, but they don't have a big wide receiver, and for some reason, they just don't like using Isaiah Likely the way they should. I don't know what it is with him. It's like they either pick Mark Andrews one week or Isaiah. Like, you can't figure out how to use both of them. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Look at old Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski tapes. Like that is right there. You have probably the 2 most talented tight ends in the league on the same team. So, like, figure it out and then run with Derrick Henry. That's the easy go.
We'll just tap on this a little bit, but the Chiefs beat the Raiders 27-20. I was at this game. The atmosphere was pretty good. Your Raider fans is funny, man.
Why? What they do? Yeah.
They kind of would have been pissing you off. It's like, I just want to win. I just want to win.
Oh, my God. Raider fans, please stop with the
bad. And I hate you, Chiefs, because y'all was giving them hope in this crowd. This crowd was pissing me off.
I'm going to be honest, man. The Chiefs, they're just not. Look, I get it. People are going to just put a lot of faith in because it's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Let's call a spade a spade. This is not a really good 7-0 team. They just don't look the part. And I get it. People are just going to put faith because it's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. But Patrick Mahomes ain't playing well. I get it. They don't have Isaiah Pacheco. DeAndre Hopkins was his first game. So obviously he's going to get more comfortable in the system. You're going to get Pacheco back and all that. And that obviously that defense is good. But for the most part, them corners are suspect. Like we saw, they can be beat. The biggest fear of that defense is that D-line. That inside is just fucking nasty with Chris Jones. As long as Chris Jones is there, it's like fucking Fort Knox and trying to run. You just can't run against them. The first team that can run over 70 yards or get like close to 100 will be the team that beats this team. Like, you know what I mean? But look, man, I don't know. It's just something about this Chiefs team. Like, y'all going to be there at the end, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, y'all not a good 7-0 team. I don't know. It's just me. And then, look, every Raider fan, stop begging for wins. We want losses, B. We want losses.
No, they want wins up in there. They was starving for that win.
Man. Raider fans
they was starving for that win. When y'all got that pick on Mahomes, y'all was at the goal line. They was
at the goal line, and they couldn't do shit with the But look, man, I get it. I get it. They want to beat the Chiefs. Be like, oh, we're the team to beat the Chiefs. But man, we got to think the long game. Raider fans, I get it. You're tired of losing, but we need these losses, bro. We're still like 5th or 6th as far as like getting the number 1 seed. Like, there's like 5 other teams, 6 other teams ahead of us, bro. We need to lose. Like, obviously, I think the Patriots play the Titans or something. Obviously, that will help us out. So one of those teams gotta fucking win the game. So we need some dubs. Like, Raider fans, come on, man. We gotta start putting losses. Start speaking that in fruition.
We already kind of talked about it, but the Bears lose to the Commanders 15-18. You know, it wasn't really much to talk about in this game, just a Hail Mary pass from Jaden Daniels. I know he's coming off that injury, so that might have a little bit to do with it too. But hey man, both teams are kind of, you know, we all know how we feel about the Commanders. We wouldn't be surprised if they won this division because the Cowboys look terrible. We'll get it in a minute. The Giants are probably going to lose tonight. And Eagles now the Eagles, they look like they're trying to turn it around a little bit over there, especially on offense. So it could come down to Commanders and Eagles in this division. But yeah, man, that's all I got. Chicago, you know, they're coming off a bye week. You know, you would like them to look a lot better coming off the bye week. They got too many offensive weapons. Why are you running a offensive lineman at the goal line? Like,
that was dumb. That was bad.
You got Swift and Johnson back there. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Eberflus might be the reason this team don't make the playoffs. Like, his decision making is just weird. You would like to see, obviously, the way Caleb and them were looking going into the bye week. They looked really good. It looked like they're finding their sync, but for some reason they got out of sync during the bye week. So that's not a really good sign. Look, shout out to Swift. Swift has looked amazing. You know what I mean? He started off the season pretty slow, but he's looked really good. But, you know, we need to see some progression with this offense, and hopefully Eberflus doesn't shoot them in the foot. As far as, like, with the Commanders, though, like, obviously you could tell that Jaden Daniels is still dealing with that rib injury. He wasn't as explosive as he was. Still gave you some exciting moments. I was surprised he was able to throw that deep. That was a deep throw for what he had to do. I think he threw it at, like, the other side on the 40 or something, and it got to the right in front of the goal line. So, you know, big win, but as you and me both said it, it's going to come down to the Commanders and Eagles, and I'm assuming they'll probably play here in the next couple of weeks, so those should be some big games. You just need to get Jaden Daniels healthy to have a legitimate shot. And then, you know, this is another team that should be in the Deontay Johnson sweepstakes. You know, give him another weapon. Even on the defensive side, if you want to help the cornerback situation or even the linebacker situation or something like that for them, you know, they should definitely be in the trade market. This team has the potential to surprise some people, make a surprising run that, you know, we all kind of expected with RG3 that one year. You know what I mean? Him to surprise, you know, he was able to win that one first round divisional game. And so, you know, we got to see with that team.
The Panthers lose to the Broncos 28-14. We all expected this. The Panthers are the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
Broncos, they continue to stack up gimme wins. I don't know how the team keeps winning, but they do. The defense is pretty good, but other than that, you know, we're not fans.
He had a decent game, though.
Yeah, he did. But
Ty, what do you think about the whole situation at the end where I forgot what Panther player was calling out Sean Payton?
It was J.C. Horn. He called out Sean Payton, told him he was running up the score. But running up the score, man, it's only 28-14. You act like it was 52-14, like the Lions or something. Like,
I think it was more so the trick plays and all that Sean Payton was trying to do and all that.
Man,
but
Sean Payton got to do what he got to do, man.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm always going to be on the side of, like, look, man, this is a grown man's league. Like, if you don't want them to score on you, just stop it, bro. You know what I mean? Just stop it. No, there's no reason to cry about it at the end of the game.
I just think that was way J.C. Horn saying, I want to get the hell out of this team.
And free Bryce Young, though. Like, people going to say, like, oh, Bryce Young trash, but he had no one to play with yesterday, so.
The 49ers beat the Cowboys 30-24. The Cowboys still have the same issues. They got nothing going on offense. Their defense is terrible. And Brock Purdy didn't even have a good game yesterday. He wasn't even like he was great. Like, Debo went out of the game with a rib injury in like third or fourth quarter. And they just ran all over them. That's all they did. Isaiah Grindle ran all over them for like 100-some yards, and Brock Purdy had like 50-some yards running. That was more than what the Dallas Cowboy running backs combined had. Yeah. Cowboys, I don't know, man. Dude, they might need to blow this thing up, or they need to go get somebody.
Who they gonna get though? Like, obviously, you're kind You're waiting on Marcus. You're pretty much waiting on Lawrence and Parsons to come back. That's your only hope. You know what I
They
mean?
were still
Hopefully,
bad with those two. Trade one of them.
I don't know, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean. That's your front line that's supposed to get the pressure on the quarterback. Maybe that will help and kind of like even things out. That's the only hope they have. But we all know Jerry Jones isn't trading for nobody. That's not happening. Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? Like he's had some bad throws. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb was wide open a lot of those throws. But with the 49ers, man, like they're gonna have to get in the wide receiver market because obviously you got Brandon Ayuk out for the year. Debo's look like he's having one of those years where he just can't stay healthy. Obviously, you did get some great news where it looks like Christian McCaffrey is going to come back to play the Bucs here in the next couple of weeks. So I think that's really great news, especially with Mason. I think his name Anthony Mason. He's having shoulder. He's having Jordan Mason. I'm sorry. What did I say Anthony Mason for? Jordan Mason. He's starting to have those shoulder injury problems. Again. So we got to be on the lookout for that. But they do have another solid running back, to cover for him. I think his name Garendo or something like that. So, yeah, man. Yeah, crazy. But hey, it is what it is. They just got to buy. San Francisco just has to buy time to get healthy.
Yeah, for sure. And that'll do it for the NFL recap, man. Yeah, man. You got anything else?
For those games?
Just period.
Oh yeah, who's your best player, team, and all that?
Oh yeah, that's right. My bad, dog. Who is my best player? I don't know. Best team is Detroit by far.
I had I had the Bills as my best team, and then I had Jameis. I gave Jameis some love, for what he did performing wise. So those are my two best of the week.
I go Jalen Hurts.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I go Jalen Hurts. Who is your worst player in team?
Worst player, I had to give it to Tyreek Stevenson with that whole situation. You just got to give it to him. I know he's manned up and own it, so it's not me trying to pile on. It's just the honest thing. But I'm sure he'll be, he will never do that again. And then I had to go with the Jets, bro. Like just the way this whole situation is going, it's been pretty bad. So I went with the Jets.
Yeah, I'm with you. With the Jets, worst player. That's a difficult one. Oh, I know who. Will Levis.
Yo, Gino came close to hitting my shit though. Gino, oh my God, bro. I don't know what the fuck.
Them NFC West teams cannot stack 2 wins to say they lied.
Nah, not at all. Not at all, man. It was pretty bad.
So, all right, man. Who's your flowers of the week?
So I didn't have one, but it came right. I'm gonna show this place some love. It's a place I went to in LA. It's at the Fashion District. I advise everybody to go visit if you're in LA. It's a spot called Poppy and Rose. They do a lot of soul food stuff like that. It was amazing, bro. It was amazing. I got a fried chicken Caesar wrap was the best in the world, man. Then what else to get? We had they had like a basic lumberjack. Their pancakes, the eggs. They had the thick hash brown with that looked like a solid cube. So shout out, I think it's black owned too. So shout out to them. Shout out to Poppy and Rose. I didn't get the owners' names, but I know it's black owned. The staff was amazing. The homie that was serving us, man, shout out to bro. Everybody was amazing. The drinks were good. The coffee was amazing. The food was amazing. The environment was good. The music was playing. They were blasting Isaiah Falls. Shout out to them. That's one of my favorite new artists right now. So visit Poppy and Rose, man. It's in the Fashion District in LA. Go visit them, man. They deserve it, man. Great food.
My flowers is gonna go to the city of Las Vegas for once again. Got to give them their flowers for the UNLV game, showing out, breaking a record, showing love to the college team, man. And it was a great atmosphere, even though, like I said, we lost. Shout out to y'all, man. I hope y'all continue to support this team, man, because they're a really good team, man. They just, hit a few pitfalls, but I expect him to get at least 9 to 10 wins this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, man. Who gets your hell no of the week?
So I got two. I got a quick 2-pack. First one goes to the Dwayne Wade sculptors. I don't know what the fuck picture y'all are looking at, but that shit looks horrendous, my guy. Like that was terrible, bro. I don't know what picture they got from Dwayne Wade, but that don't look nothing like him. Crazy. And then last but not least, I'm gonna give it to Nick Bosa, sports networks, and the NFL right now. Look, man, I'm not gonna make this turn this into no political segment, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna call out bullshit when I see it. Look, man, if you're gonna sit here and critique Kaepernick for kneeling down during the national anthem, you got to give the same criticisms for Nick Bosa and wearing the Make America Great Again hat. I get it. The symbolism for some people when Kaepernick took the knee seemed like it was disrespect to the military, even though he stated that he didn't, and he completely and utterly professionally explained why he did what he did. But now you get the likes of Nick Bosa, who crashes an interview of big Brock Purdy and George Kittle and all them, putting them in a predicament that they didn't ask to be in. And then you had the opportunity to explain why you did it, and you chose not to in the media, which was kind of soft to me. But in the fact of that matter is, the same way people had a certain interpretation of Kaepernick wearing the knee is the same representation that hat makes certain people feel. Some people that hat feels like the new KKK mask. You know what I mean? Like people view that as a racism, bigotry, sexual abuse, scamming. Like it has a lot of representations that aren't ideal. So you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you want to keep, people keep, the same type of people who bitch and complain about keeping politics out of sports are the same ones that are applauding Nick Bosa for wearing a hat in the middle of an interview that wasn't his. And then the opportunity for him to explain himself, he did not. So every day that these networks don't talk about it, every day that ESPN and ABC and all these people don't talk about it, and the NFL chooses not to discipline Nick Bosa, it's contradicting to everything that you did. You made a man lose his career off of him representing a specific group of people and trying to display just the unity that he wanted to provide. And he did that. And yet he still lost his career. I expect the same kind of punishment I'm not asking him, Nick Bosa, to lose his career, but there should be some kind of punishment. And every day it doesn't go on just shows how hypocritical that a lot of these people are. So that's my hell no of the week.
I really didn't have a hell no of the week, man.
Damn, it's good to be positive nowadays. It's a lot of negativity in the world, so you ain't got nothing negative. That's good too.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's a flower right there. Add another flower. Chris has nothing negative to say about nobody.
Just act like I'm out here just saying negative stuff about people.
Nah, you don't have to, but that shit right there, that's some bullshit. I'm just gonna call it.
No, I hear you, man. Then you get all tight-lipped when they ask you about it in the post conference. Oh, I don't want to talk about it right now. Then why'd you do it?
Yeah. Like, vote for who you want to vote for. Like I'm not gonna be mad at who you vote for. Like, I may have a differences in opinions in how much you put faith in somebody else that I may not have in faith, but you have every God-given right to back who you want to back. But as I said, don't sit here and proclaim that Kaepernick did something wrong and he misrepresented the flag when, as I said, that hat symbolizes a lot of negative things to a lot of different people. You know what I mean? And people take offense to that the same way people took offense to Kaepernick taking a knee. So there should be some punishment to Nick Bosa. I'm not asking for his career to be taken away from him and all that. And I get it. The circumstances between Kaepernick's play and Nick Bosa is completely different. Nick Bosa is the better player than Kaepernick was. But at the end of the day, hold the same standards that you held Kaepernick, hold it to Nick Bosa. And all these networks that keep quiet, y'all blasted that all fucking 3 months when Kaepernick had to go through his shit. The NFL punished him and put him on exempt lists and all that shit. You do the same shit to fucking Nick Bosa. That's all I'm saying. Keep it fair. If you don't keep it fair, then I don't want to hear shit from any of these fucking leagues, these networks that want to bitch and complain, because it's all about if it fits your agenda, and you're no different. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah. So
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
I need to get a new fucking chair, dog. Damn,
All right, people. That's concluding our show today. We got to, give shout outs to, first off, the Cris and Mal t-shirts are available right now. Go to any of our social media platforms. You'll see the link for it. Print 5. Go there, $25 plus shipping, which adds up to like $29. But get you a shirt now, man. Support the podcast. I want you to see you walking around the Vegas area and there are other cities too. But I want y'all to be walking around with these shirts, man, and represent us, man. Show love.
Yeah. If you purchase a shirt, please tag us. You know what I mean? We'll show love. You know, we'll post it on our social websites and all that, man. So you show love to us, we'll show love to y'all for real.
And also, we definitely got to give a love to Magnet Sports Drink.
Yes, sir. Manic Sports Drink, you know, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps, fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. I know you're asking why Magnet. It's power-packed electrolytes, and it rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement, whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, you can use the promo code Cris and Mal to get $5 off your purchase. So shout out to Magnet, man. Get you one of these delicious drinks that helps you get a little energy throughout your day, whether you're watching kids, going to work, working out, whatever it is, man. Very healthy, very fortunate. Use the code. Save some money.
Yeah, shout out to Magnet Sports Drink. I might need to give this dude a hell no. Tony Hinchcliffe said at a Donald Trump rally, I don't know about you guys, but I think Travis Kelce might be the next O.J. Simpson.
What? What? Who said that shit?
Some dude named Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh my God. Is that the same dude that said Puerto Rico was the trash land?
Probably.
It's crazy.
Then he went on after Taylor Swift for endorsing Kamala Harris.
Hey man, I'm
What
one
else?
more week, man. Honestly, it's not even one more week. I know a lot of people been saying like, you know, they're over it. They can't wait for this next week to get over with and just get through Tuesday. But no matter what the results are, it's gonna be a problem for months ahead. So
hey, all you people out there, you look, like we said, vote for who you gonna vote for. We don't care. We really don't. But don't be getting in people's ear telling them who they should vote for off of your beliefs. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Cut that mess out. I'm gonna tell somebody go down the poll, go vote. No.
Yeah. And
I
be
vote
truthful.
for who I want to vote for.
Yeah, vote for who you want to vote for, and be truthful with your stats and statistics and all that, man, and your information. Don't go out posting out lies. Don't misinformation. You know, we're living in a world where there's a lot of fake information going on out there, and just do your studies, do your research, and once you do get your proper information, vote for who you want to vote for, and leave it at that. But I hope people take their own time and their own due diligence to review each candidate. Whether it's the president, your local candidates too, that's very important as well. I think that's more important than the presidency because a lot of those people do affect your day to day, who are in your city. So, just take the time to, do your proper research, vote. I think everybody should go vote. I think that's very important. We were given this right to do that, make your voice count. I'm not a big believer in not voting. So I will vote. I'll probably try to do it sometime this week. I definitely want to do it before Tuesday because I'm not standing that long ass time Tuesday. So I'll try to do it this weekend. But make sure you guys go vote, man, for real.
Yeah, I'm mailing mine in today. All right. Where you at? Also, if you want to donate to the Cristal Mall podcast, you can donate to our Cash App at Cristal Mall Podcast. Whatever you want to donate, it could be $1, it could be $2, whatever you want to give us, man. We will greatly appreciate it, man. We just want to help out and trying to build this podcast, get more better equipment and things of that nature. We can't do that without money. So we would appreciate y'all just dropping a little bit of something.
Damn, they're selling mailboxes on fire now. Oh, this is crazy.
Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, whatever you use, Chris Lamont Podcast is on there. Go ahead and follow us on there. Also, if you're first time watch on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can jump into live with us. You can talk about these topics with us, man. We want to hear from y'all. We want to hear from the people because we consider us the people show. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and jump in the pod with us and subscribe to the channel. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads, Twitch, whatever you use, go ahead and follow us at Cristal and Mall. We will follow you back because we just some regular guys that like to talk sports, music, and movies and all kinds of things. So go ahead and tap in with us. Also, if you have a question or you have a critique or feedback, or if you have questions or you have a topic that you want us to bring up on the show that's sports related, music related, movie related, and we like said topic or question, we will bring it up on the show and we will shout you out on the show because we want to show love to those that show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up, whether it be DMs or mentions or our email address. Hit us up. We see it. We like it. We'll hit you up. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and follow us and do all that good stuff. All right, good people. That concludes the rest of this show. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. We will see you Wednesday night, like usual. Hope you guys enjoy this boring game tonight that's coming on. There's other games. The World Series is on, and they got some basketball on too. So you don't have to subject yourself to watching Daniel Jones play football. Okay?
Yeah, no, you have plenty of other options, bro.
So, all right, good people. Until Wednesday night.